Hey guys, in this video I'm going to help you figure out how to do part 2 of our Distance Learning Week 5 assignment, where I'm asking you to identify all of the features that you can using using this diagram. In your assignment, the diagram's a little bit different, but the process is going to be exactly the same. What my strategy for this is I just go through our list of terms, and for each term I see can it apply to anything on this picture. The key here is that you will use things multiple times, right? A lot of things have very similar names, or if you just extend a line, the same points could create a couple of different features. So you might be using the same points, and that's okay. So the first thing, if I'm thinking about our list of vocabulary, what's the name of this circle? Well, the name of the circle, I look at the center, is point O. So it's circle O. And I know that the center is at point O. Now you notice you might have a little bit different notation. You might switch around the letters. Totally fine. It doesn't change that you're identifying a specific feature. So now I'm going to think, well, do I know any radii? So I know that I see a radius OA. If I went this way, I also see a radius OR. If I went this way. You notice I'm using that word radius twice. I am not just identifying one radius, I'm identifying all of the radii that I can. So next I'm looking, let's think about maybe a diameter. And I see there's a diameter RA. And I could say diameter AR, but they are the same thing because we know that those letters can be switched around. So they are not different features, so I'm not going to say it again. It's literally the exact same segment with the same endpoints. So that's the only diameter that I see, but I do see some chords. I could say chord QA. I could also say chord RA, right? Because a diameter is a type of chord. You might choose to put this one, you might not. I would say that you could because we're using a different term, even though they are the same feature. But if I had just told you in something that it was chord RA, you wouldn't necessarily know that it goes through the center of your figure. Okay? Now let's think. So we've done any chords, I don't see any more. So let's think about our tangents and secants. Well, I see a secant line, RA, and I am specifying the word line here just to make it clear that it is extending past points R and A. That is the only secant that we have. You can't use QA because it doesn't extend past it. So let's think about tangent line. Oh, sorry, my typing got messed up. Okay, so now we're thinking tangent line. So I have a tangent line AP because it just intersects at one point. And so I'm also going to point out that point of tangency at point A. So I've now gone through my tangent lines. I don't see any more. So this is where it's going to get a little crazy. We're going to talk about our arcs. So I'm going to start thinking about any minor arcs that I see. So I have minor arc QA and minor arc RQ. I cannot use a greater arc because this would be a semicircle, this would be a semicircle. Going the other way from A to Q would be a semicircle. Going the other way from R to Q would be a semicircle. So I think that those are all of my minor arcs. We just named some semicircles, so I have semicircle RA, and I have semicircle RQA, right? Because those are our two different semicircles. And then I could have major arc RAQ and major arc QAR. I don't think that there's any more arcs that I could see. You might identify some. If you see something that's not on this list, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to know to know if I missed something. But what I want you to see in this video is that there are so many terms that you can use to describe these figures, and you have to be thinking about all of the possibilities. I could even think, I see some more. I could think of inscribed angle RAQ. We have an angle in here. I'm running out of space to type these things out. If I move this up a little bit. Let's see, are there any other angles? We could talk about central angle ROA. Yes, it's a straight angle or a 180-degree angle, but it is an angle. Do I see any other angles? OAQ, it is an angle, but it's not necessarily a central angle, so I'm not going to talk about that because OA is not, like the vertex is not on the center, and O is not a vertex on the circumference. So there are a couple of different angles. We might be able to talk about angle RAP. I might leave that one out because point P is not on the circumference of our circle. But as you can see, there are so many terms. If you see any more, let me know. But when you are trying to identify the parts of your circle, list as many things as you possibly can. Just go through your list of terms and state anything that applies. And you'll see that we used a lot of the same points again and again. Good luck, you guys.